Have you ever wondered what it was like to stay at the Venetian or the Palazzo in Las Vegas? And if you did, do you know which one you would want to stay at? This is your host, Jennifer Sparks. I'm going to be your tour guide today. I'm going to share with you some of my recent adventures at the Venetian and the Palazzo. In this video, we're going to see a suite in each of the hotels. Both hotels are a great choice if you're visiting the Sphere. The Venetian and the Palazzo are two separate hotels on the same property. And what a beautiful property it is. The bad about it is it's really not close to anything. You are not in the central area of Las Vegas, but that's also the good thing too. When I come here, I don't go anywhere else. I usually come for 2 or 3 nights and I never want to leave the property. It's absolutely stunning. The property is on the east side of the Strip, Las Vegas Boulevard. Both properties are gorgeous, but the Venetian has more initial wow factor. It is more themed, inspired by Italian Renaissance architecture. It's very romantic. Everywhere you look, you're like, wow, look at that, look at that. Wow, this is so pretty. And then there's the gondolas. This is part of the Grand Canal Shops, which connects the Venetian to the Palazzo. But it's so much more than just a walkway. A lot of photo opportunities along the way. It's even extra beautiful if you could visit during Christmas time. This video is a combination of 4 of my visits. I always find myself back here even if I'm not staying here. Both hotels have their own casinos, but they run under the same loyalty program called Venetian Rewards. We'll discuss more of that later. Look at this lobby in the Venetian. It's beautiful. It probably appears that I am favoring the Venetian, and I'm really not. I really love the Palazzo too, and I'll show you more coming soon. This video is to help others, especially people that are new to Las Vegas, decide would the Venetian and the Palazzo be a good fit for you? And if you do choose to come here, which resort would be best for you? One thing I personally love about it is that it's so beautiful, but it's not stuffy and pretentious. The people that work there are very friendly. You could walk around in shorts and flip-flops and no one's going to judge you. Another thing that I find very important is the size of the rooms, and you're going to see 2 of the rooms very soon. The rooms are suites. They're almost 800 square feet. They're gorgeous. There are no bad rooms here. So if you look price to price with different hotels and you figure you might have a room that's 300 square foot somewhere else versus this room that's double this size, if you had gotten a suite somewhere else, you'd probably be paying more than what you'd be paying for a regular room here, which is actually a suite. As far as the location goes, you are right next door to the Wynn and Encore, which is another gorgeous resort. On the other side, you'll find Harrah's, which is a Caesars resort. One cool thing about being close to Harrah's is there's a monorail station there. So if you're looking to go on the Las Vegas monorail, you could go over there. It's probably about, even though it's next door, it's probably about a 20-minute walk to get out the door and get over to the monorail in Harrah's. The Venetian is closer to Harrah's. Palazzo is closer to Wynn and Encore. This is so gorgeous at night. My favorite time actually out here is right before it gets dark, that magic hour when all the lights start to go on. This is so beautiful. I'm going to start the resort tours over at the Venetian. This is an entrance that will take you right into the casino. You should always try to gamble where you are staying, but this casino is really a lot of fun. I love the way it is decorated, and my gambling experience here has always been very positive. I've never lost a lot of money. But if you are staying here, you're going to be arriving from a different entrance. This is where you're going to be dropped off if you're coming from the airport. And this is what you're going to arrive to. It's stunning. Of course, if you're arriving at 3 or 4 o'clock, there's going to be more people here. These videos were taken early in the morning. I have been coming here for many years, but this is the first time I've ever had the opportunity to spend the night as a guest. And I was able to stay at both hotels. My cousin Michelle received comp rooms and asked me to be her guest. I was like, okay. I'm very happy and very grateful. I always wondered what it would be like to stay here. The rooms in the South Tower have recently been renovated, so we asked to stay over there. The only problem about it's not that it's a big deal, but it's a little bit farther from the casino and all the shops and the restaurants. You have to go by this Sky Bridge. It's a beautiful walk. It's just if you're looking for something super convenient, you're better off in the North Tower. This is the North Tower Central Hub here. The suites are in separate wings. The elevator floors are in clusters to express you really fast to the casino in other areas, like the pool. So if you want to go to the main pools often, staying in the North Tower is more convenient too because your elevator goes directly there. Though one of my favorite pools on the whole property is in the South Tower, and I'm going to be showing you that in a little bit. See, I can't tell you which one is better. You have to decide for yourself. I'm just giving you all the tools you need so you can make your own educated decision about where you want to stay when you come to the Venetian and the Palazzo. Now let's go check out the remodeled room in the South Tower. I keep referring to them as rooms. They're actually suites. A suite in the South Tower. These suites, width-wise, feel like a regular hotel room, but they are very long. Has this whole extra living room area. That is my cousin Michelle, also known as Pinky. This footage is a combination of two of our stays. She always wears red for good luck. Both rooms were identical to each other and had the same view. This is a pool that I love. It's called the Garden Pool. Anyone staying at the Venetian or the Palazzo can use it, but obviously if you're staying here in the South Tower, it's the most convenient. Look at these bathrooms though, they're beautiful. I'm not sure with the total remodel, if this was like a resurfacing or a total remodeling. I'm not certain about that, but it was in great shape. Everything was really clean. For me, I love having the pool view. It's great. You can look down and see if it's busy or if it's even open. But the only problem is this pool view in particular, you're not looking at Las Vegas. So you really don't feel like you're in Las Vegas. It's so nice to open the blinds and see the other resorts. That was my only problem with the South Tower room. Not sure about the other side of the hallway. Those rooms could be totally different. Wasn't a deal breaker for us, but maybe for some people it's pretty far. To get to our room from the casino is probably maybe a 10-minute walk. Not that that's terrible. I just like to be upfront about everything so you can make the better choice about what tower is better for you. Also, where we were staying, we had to access 2 different elevators to get to our room. Just important info for anybody that may hate elevators. There is 2 steps down to the living room. The electric was good and everything was very clean. It wasn't dusty. These things in a lot of hotels are very dusty, but I guess it's better to have clean sheets, right? But this room was clean, spacious, and comfortable. If I have to say anything, any complaint, it was a little dark, even with all the lights on. But I think it's where it was. It just didn't get any sunshine. There is a mini bar in the room. Do not touch any of this. It's on a motion. So if you pick it up, you may be charged for it. Just be aware of that. There is also a regular refrigerator in here for your own personal things. That's really cool. Night number 2, we moved over to the Palazzo. Not that we didn't like our room, we're just both Geminis and we like change, and I thought it would make a good video to compare the 2 rooms. Palazzo, also Italian themed, is very elegant, but not as heavily themed. The hotel as a whole is smaller and it's lighter and brighter. Has its own entrance, so if you are staying here and you're staying at Palazzo, make sure your Uber, Lyft driver, taxi driver knows you're going to the Palazzo, not Venetian. It's a separate entrance that goes right up to the lobby. First, you'll see escalators, but there are also elevators too. Easier with the luggage, right? But I know everyone makes a big deal about Venetian, and rightfully so. It's gorgeous, but Palazzo is beautiful too. But it's more elegant and sophisticated in the theming. It's not so, whoa, wow, look at that. It's more marble, clean lines. It's just beautiful, light and bright. I love the colors. The hallways are very wide and very bright. The elevators at this hotel will take you right down to the Palazzo Casino as well as the Palazzo Pool. The pool is connected to the Venetian pool too, which is really, really cool. I'll be showing you that next. But now we're going to see the suite. I'm so excited. This is my first time ever walking into one of these. These suites are a little bigger than the ones at the Venetian, and the building itself is newer. The rooms are very similar though, but look at this. Wait for it. The curtains open up by themselves. They're motorized. Look at this view. Okay, now I like this better. We're looking at Treasure Island, also known as TI, the mountains in the background. This is beautiful. Now we're talking. Now I feel like I'm in Las Vegas. Over there is the old Mirage. That's going to be Hard Rock Hotel. And look, down here, it's all the pools. These are all the Palazzo pools. Like, there's a lot of them. So even though the hotel itself is smaller, there's a lot of pool choices. That is my personal favorite one back there. It's adult only. It's really quiet. It's really nice. But you could use the Venetian pools. And if you stay at the Venetian, you could use the Palazzo pools too. Both the rooms have robes, but this one has little special hangers too. It's the little things. This room has not been recently renovated, but it was in perfect shape. We had a little cleaning issue. They took care of it immediately. They apologized profusely. The customer service here was fantastic. The layout here is exactly the same as the one in the Venetian. Same bathtub, same shower, had the vanity. I'm telling you, I've stayed in a lot of rooms and suites in my travel career, and these suites, are really nice. Didn't use it, but there's a TV in the bathroom. 3 TVs total, one in the bedroom, one in the living room area. If you want to see more videos about my stays at the Venetian and the Palazzo, I'll leave a playlist at the end of this video so you can see where we dined, our visits to the pool, what it was like in the casino. I have day-to-day vlogs and a whole video about the pool tour and a casino tour. This room did not have a regular refrigerator, but it did have the mini bar. For a charge, remember, don't touch it unless you want to pay for it. If you're enjoying this video and finding this information helpful, can you do me a favor and please hit the like button? That really helps my algorithm. And to see more of my Las Vegas videos, consider subscribing to this channel. I want to help you plan your trip. Now let's quickly check out the pools and their locations. This is the garden pool. This is the one that is in the South Tower. This is the view we had when we were in the suite at the Venetian. It's very beautiful. Feels like a spa. It was very elegant. Sort of reminds me of the Bellagio and Caesar's pools a little bit. Very nice. The only problem, or maybe it's a good thing about this pool, is it doesn't really get a lot of sunshine. It's surrounded by the Venetian suites. On our visit here, this pool was open much later than the other pools as well. I think it was open till 10 o'clock at night. But I wanted to share this information because if you're someone that likes to go to the pool all the time and this pool looks appealing to you versus the other pools, staying in the South Tower at the Venetian may be a good idea because you could just literally just go right on the elevator, bam, you're here. If you're staying at Palazzo, it's going to be more of a walk to get here. But Palazzo has some really nice pools too, and I'm going to show you those as well. As much as I hate to leave, we're going to leave now and go to the deck at Venetian, which is really cool too, but we have to walk to the North Tower to get there. They have towels available and lockers. Both hotels have their own breakfast, lunch, bar, cafe type of restaurant. You could dine in or take out. There's also servers that will come around to your seats. I was fortunate enough to spend some time at each of the pool areas. Which one's the best? That is totally what you want, what you're into. I'll show you which one I thought was the best. But that's not going to be what everybody wants. During the high points of the day, these pool areas were very crowded. Both of these hotels have very nice cabanas. You can see more of this in detail on my video about the pools. Not sure if everybody that stays here knows this, but there's a walkway that goes to the Palazzo pools. And as I mentioned earlier, if you're staying at the Venetian, you could go to the Palazzo pools and vice versa. How great is that? If you're staying at the Palazzo, it's a very easy elevator ride to go to this area. Do you have any plans to come visit any of these hotels? Let me know in the comments below and let me know where you're from. I always love to hear from you. I'm in the process of planning another trip over to Nevada. I can't even say Las Vegas because I'm planning on visiting Reno, Lake Tahoe, and Laughlin as well. Trying to cross off some bucket lists. And I love casino towns. The hardest part I'm finding is how do you get from Las Vegas to Reno and Tahoe? I thought that I could just fly to Reno from Connecticut and it's like 3 stops. I'm like, no, I think I'm going to have to go to Las Vegas. I don't know the price of the cabanas. They change all the time, but they look really nice. I've seen some cabanas in some really nice places that did not look as nice as these did. I'm showing all this again because I don't know if a lot of people know this, but if you keep walking at Palazzo, you're going to find pools that are not that busy. This video was taken in March and the pools were warm and there was hot tubs too. It was really so VIP. Loved it. We were here every day. These pools in the back are adult only though. I would say that the Venetian and the Palazzo are kid friendly, but I would not call it and consider it a family resort. If I were to go back in time and my kids were young again, I would probably bring them over to the other end of the strip, over by the MGM resorts, Mandalay Bay, Excalibur, Luxor, those type of resorts for children. I would say the atmosphere is best for couples. There's a lot of convention people here. It doesn't seem like a huge party place. It seems like everybody's pretty well behaved here. We did dine here. We had a pizza by the pool and a Caesar salad. And one morning we went to the Capri Cafe. Even before the pool opened, we were there. Anyway, where I was going with that before, it seems to be more of a place for a sophisticated traveler. People that appreciate a good value will love it here because it's a beautiful place. But like I said earlier, it's not stuffy, more expensive than a lot of the hotels on the strip, but you're getting a suite, not a room. You're getting so much choice. Like I said, when I'm here, I don't even want to leave. Like, I'm happy staying at the Venetian and Palazzo. Here's a quick look at one of the breakfasts that we had at the Capri Lounge at the Palazzo pool area. If you're a foodie, the Venetian in the Palazzo is a fantastic choice. You could stay here probably for a month and not eat everywhere. There are so many food options at this resort.